Someone asks, "How are you?" And almost without thinking, you answer, "I'm fine." The conversation moves on, the day continues, and no one notices that the answer wasn't the whole truth. Sometimes, "I'm fine" isn't a lie. It's simply the easiest thing to say, not because you're hiding something terrible, but because you don't quite know how to explain what you're feeling. Some emotions don't arrive with words. They arrive as a quiet heaviness, a long sigh, a tired smile, a silence that follows you through the day. No one teaches us how to hide our feelings. It happens quietly. As children, we learn that saying, "I'm okay," often ends the conversation. We don't want to worry our parents. We don't want to make our friends uncomfortable. We don't want to seem dramatic about something we can't even explain. So we begin choosing the easier answer, one small conversation at a time. Eventually, it becomes automatic. Someone asks, you smile, you say, "I'm fine," before you've even checked whether it's true. We often imagine that emotions come with clear labels: happy, sad, angry, afraid. But most days, life feels far more complicated than that. Sometimes you aren't unhappy. You're simply tired in a way that sleep can't fix. Sometimes nothing is wrong, yet everything feels a little heavier than usual. Sometimes you miss something without knowing exactly what, or you feel grateful and lonely at the same time. Being human is rarely just one feeling at a time. Every morning, people quietly put on invisible masks, not fake smiles, just the version of themselves the world expects to see. You answer emails, you make tea, you laugh at a joke, you stand in line at the grocery store, you wave at your neighbor. Everything looks completely ordinary, but inside, there may be thoughts that no one else can see. Perhaps the strongest people aren't the ones who never struggle. Perhaps they're simply the ones who quietly carry their invisible weight while still making room for ordinary life. Think about the last stranger you passed: the cashier, the delivery driver, the person reading a book in the cafe, the woman sitting quietly on the train. You know almost nothing about them, yet each of them has a life just as full and just as complicated as your own. Someone might have just received wonderful news. Someone else might be missing someone deeply. Someone might be wondering if they're making the right decisions. We rarely know, and somehow that makes the world both bigger and kinder. Every once in a while, someone asks, "How are you?" And something feels different. They don't ask while looking at their phone. They don't ask because it's polite. They ask because they genuinely want to know. For a brief moment, you stop looking for the automatic answer. You feel seen. Perhaps that's why the people we remember most aren't always the ones who gave us the best advice. Sometimes they were simply the ones who stayed long enough to listen. Maybe being fine is part of being human, not because we should hide our feelings, but because some emotions need time before they can become words. Perhaps it's okay if today you don't have a perfect explanation for everything you're carrying. Maybe not every feeling needs to be explained immediately. Some simply ask to be acknowledged, quietly, gently, without judgment. Because behind every "I'm fine," there is often a story waiting to be understood. The quietest parts of our lives are often the ones that connect us the most. Until next time, take care of your mind, be gentle with your heart, and don't forget to give yourself a thoughtful pause.